after Minda presentation, we will play the video, sir. Sponsors video.
Yes, madam. Yes, sir. Yes. Fine, fine. Lakshmi sir, shall we start, sir?
Sure, sir. Please.
Yes, sir. Yes, madam.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Happy evening and warm welcome to all the dignitaries, delegates, and participants joined here. We, the Industry Academia Cell and Center for Industry Relations, Arubadai Video Institute of Technology, Vinayaka Missions Research Foundation, welcomes you all for a global event scheduled for a week, World Education Summit 2021 Beyond Pandemic. With the proud, we would like to accord a title sponsor of this great education summit event is Salem Infotech, and co-sponsor is Nila Infotech Pile Apps. Big thanks for the opportunity rendered. We have successfully completed 4-day sessions with the gracious presence of our Vice Chancellor Dr. P.K. Sudhi sir of VMRF University and many international Vice Chancellors and many other experts worldwide, followed by the sessions. And now we are successfully heading forwards day 5 sessions. The highlight of today's agenda is that initially we will be having a great session by Mr. Daniel Nanamani, co-founder Minds App, your preferred learning partner, followed by a panel discussion on skills and employability, global challenge by 4 eminent speakers. Shri Wordsworth Ayadurai sir, CEO and founder, Salem Infotech, Shri Jean Mosley, CEO Technogems USA, and Miss Anita Salvin, MD Nila Apps, and Shri Priya, President Qualsoft USA. Finally, a great session will be headed by Dr. Professor B. Ramasamy, Vice Chancellor, OPJS University, Rajasthan, and expert committee member, UGC Government of India. Now, I request Dr. D. Vijendra Babu sir, Vice Principal, Part-Time Studies, Coordinator, Industry Academia Cell, and Professor of ECE AVIT to deliver welcome note.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Vanitha, madam. Good evening to one and all who was present here for the Day 5 World Education Summit 2021 Beyond Pandemic. I sincerely thank all the eminent speakers who has been as a part of the panel members and the audience who makes the session to be lively and the support which makes us to work harder towards the betterment of society and to the institution and to the nation. Warm good evening to all of us. Today, day 5 is a very special day. As I was saying that in the introduction, we just have a discussion with the panel members. The topics which has been chosen and it has been selected is about the skills. As the survey says this in current scenario, employability becomes a big factor. The passing percentage, graduation is separate, we are having performing well. When it comes to employability, the industry, what it expects, the institutions, what we prepare the students, the bridging the gap becomes a very tough situation. So if there is always an industry institute interaction, we just talk more on it, but there is a practical pitfalls. The pitfalls are happening on, the challenges are going to prevailing there. So how it is going to be manage the skill gaps, manage the gap between the both IIC industry institute, and whether we requesting and they lifting us together, we work together. So that is the next challenge is going to be, and the topmost skills of the need of the hour in the pandemic. We just come to know that the significant skills apart from the education, what all we need for to handle this very large situation, and we are successful to a certain level too. And the world is changing very faster. The expectations are getting much faster. So we should be able to adapt to part of the teamwork. So it all needs to be discussed about the future goals, the future challenges. So I hope today's topics and today's session, that's about skills. They're most about the skills and scalability and employability is the core agenda and theme of this session. We have an eminent personality. 6 persons are joined today. Initially, the session is going to hand by Mr. Daniel Yanamani from Mind Apps. Then we have an eminent global CEOs from USA has participated. We are very proud to say that it is not an easy task to club them and to make it a single platform to what we have made it today. Sincere and special thanks to Mr. Wordsworth Ayadurai and Ms. Anita and all the senior members who have been assembled here. Special thanks also to Mr. Jean Mosley and Shri Priya. They are all the very leading CEOs across globe. And special thanks to our professor, a dear friend Lakshmi Mohan sir, to make it happen. And we are proud that we are hosting you. This panel discussion is going to have a wonderful opportunity for all the participants. Wherever we work, wherever we interact with institutions or universities, they are going to provide us an opportunity to make this gap to be minimized. So what the industries can able to support us, what the institute can able to grasp hold them, either with setting up of center of excellence or the projects or proposals, whatever they think. The next dimension is going to be help us in this thing. This is the second session which are going to happen. At last, we are having an eminent senior academician from India, Vice Chancellor, Dr. Professor Ramasamy, OPJS University, is going to join at the end of the session. Sir is going to talk about skill and the scale. So at the outset, as a holistic view, so today is about skills. Today is about the scaling factor. Today is about how to cope up with the future and how are we ready. How are we going to analyze ourselves? Without wasting much of the time, I sincerely welcome all of them for today's day 5 session to make this a session wonderful and warming. And this outcome is going to benefit for our institution, to ourselves, to our growth, at last to the community, the students, where they lack us, where they need us the support to make them to grow up very, very faster or to adapt very quickly in current pandemic situation. So without thanks for all of you who has joined here. Thanks for the expert panel members who has joined here. Lakshmi Mohan sir, few words before Daniel Nyanamani takes over the session.
Thank you, Baba sir. This is a fifth day, I think so. Fifth day session. Continuously, we have conducted a 4-day session by more eminent persons from the globe. More takeaways by us, especially faculty members from various universities. This is a great opportunity to interact with eminent persons all around the world. Today we have, rightly said by Dr. Vijendra Babu, today we have fantastic speaker from industries and academic. This is a great opportunity to you all. I don't want to take much time. I hand over the sessions to Daniel Amani. He's a young chap. I met him in Malaysia. He's doing a lot of innovative. He has a lot of innovative ideas. He's encouraging entrepreneurs. He wanted to set up a company and franchisee is in India and globe. I very much impressed his approach and business model in Malaysia. I personally interacted with him in Malaysia last year. I very much impressed. So I delighted to welcome Daniel Nyanamani. Anita ma'am, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We are so glad and happy to invite Mr. Daniel Nanamani, sir, co-founder Minds App, to deliver the special address.
Okay, very good morning and good afternoon, good evening to all the audience who I'm meeting first time. Thank you so much for Dr. Lakshmi Mohan for inviting me. I'm Daniel from Malaysia, and I'm going to share with all of the professionals over here. Okay, I can see a lot of professionals over here, and quite happy to be part of this. And I'm going to share my presentation slide on online learning platform which myself and my partner established 3 years ago in Malaysia, and today it's in a global market known as mindapps.com. So ma'am, can we share the slides please?
Sure, sir, sure. Just a few seconds, please.
Thank you. So basically the platform that I'm going to share with ladies and gentlemen is an online learning platform. Okay, for we specially create the platform only for learning and teaching programs items, and currently we open up for international market for professionals to use the platform to introduce their programs, their courses, and all these things. Okay. As Dr. Lakshmi Mohan said, my name is Daniel Nanamani. I'm the co-founder of mindapps.com. It's an online learning platform. How like today Lazada or eBay, all these e-commerce platform. Mindapps is an e-commerce platform only for learning and teaching. items. All right, next slide, please, ma'am. Okay, online learning, hold on now. All right, so MindApps is online learning market platform to deliver high quality, engaging contents in different formats. Like we can promote ebooks in MindApps, audiobooks. We have a lot of people using video lessons, interactive tests, bookings, and also institute in this platform. Using this platform, we can channel or we can promote your courses, your programs, or individual publications through MindApps to global market. Next. Okay, so the advantage or the uniqueness of this MindApps platform, we combine 4 different engines inside one platform where there's a shopping mall for all kind of learning and teaching. Okay, we call it as M Store. And we also create a LMS, learning management system, inside this platform where whatever children or students going to purchase any learning programs, they don't have to download in any other platforms. They can learn through this MindApps platform itself. It's known as MLearn. And we also have a M Connect. People around the world, people can connect each other only for learning and teaching items, and also some royalty concept of M points. Okay, all these 4 different engines we connect, we merge, we put into one platform known MindApps. Next. All right. Recently, 2017, we create this platform, and 2017 itself, we won MSc Malaysia Asia Pacific ICT Best E-Learning Platform for Asia Pacific in 2017, and a few more other awards. This is one of our highest awards which we won 2017. And next, please. And this is how our product overview. We have more than 2,800 learning contents inside at the moment, academic and non-academic. Later I'll say how we create our academic contents. Children can go into a practice, or they can learn on books, video lessons. Teachers are recording and uploading content. They can go for a quiz, or even for parents, they can monitor children's progress, especially during this pandemic time. Here in Malaysia, almost like it's lockdown, everything. Okay, so 80% of our Malaysian school students, they are using our program, one of our program, to make sure their daily school life, daily academic things didn't get any jeopardized. They just are learning through our platform. Next one. Okay, some of the merchants, I have almost like 2,800 merchants, not only from Malaysia, but international market. Like one of our partner is in South Africa, SA Institute. Okay, they are promoting their courses. And my main reason or main intention of meeting all ladies and gentlemen today, I would like to introduce this platform for you to promote your programs, your courses, not only locally, but international market using this platform. Next one. Okay, some of our institute partners. So far, we have 20 different universities and colleges engaged with this platform, promoting their courses through this platform. And I'll tell you later why they are using our platform to promote. Next one. All right, some of our testimonies from our customers. And next one, please. A very quick presentation line. All right, our merchants, those who are selling, those who are promoting their courses, their feedbacks. Next, please. All right, this is how the MindApps platform looks like. And for your information, this MindApps platform is a free registration platform. Okay, of course, there's a link later I can give, or maybe Dr. Lashmi Mohan can give this link to get a free registration on this MindApps. Next one. All right, actually what we are expecting in a global market, we as MindApps, we are also inviting merchants, okay, people who can upload their content, people can publish their contents, any formats, ebooks, audios, or video contents, merchants. And we have also looking for a lot of customers, and we as creating a edu franchise business opportunity as well globally. In Malaysia at the moment, we are giving a home-based job for education consultant using a franchise system in mindapps.com. Next one. Okay, this is our milestone which we at the moment we manage. So far, almost like 150 to 200,000 users, customers in this platform, 2,800 people, self-authors, they publish their contents and promoting, and 20 different university partners have engaged with us, promoting their courses, their degree programs, their postgraduate programs, using this platform, global market. All right, next one. And that is a very simple, straightforward MindApps platform introduction. Thank you so much for Dr. Lakshmi Morgan and the organizers for giving me an opportunity to introduce this platform to all the educationists, academicians. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And I look forward to work with Dr. Lakshmi and the other partners as well in coming future. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Daniel. I know you can deliver more hours also because of
Yes,
this
sir.
session. We will make another fantastic session to university and other friends universities also.
Definitely,
Definitely,
sir. Thank you,
I
sir.
will
Thank
invite
you.
you, Daniel. Very simple and crystal clear presentation
Thank you,
about
sir.
your mind. Okay. Good luck. All the best, Daniel.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mr. Daniel, for your significant presentation, need of the hour. We hope to
Thank you,
collaborate
sir.
with you for future too. Best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Daniel, sir, for a wonderful presentation. Thank you. Shall we go forward, sir?
Yes, madam.
Now I request Dr. D. Vijendra Babu, sir, to head the panel discussion on skills and employability, global challenge by our four eminent leaders from Salem Infotech CEO, Wordsworth Anadurai, sir, and Sri Jean Mosley, CEO, Technogems, and Ms. Anita Salvin, ma'am, MD Nila Apps, and Sri Priya, ma'am, President Qualsoft US.
Thank you,
So
Anita,
please.
madam. Yes, no, thank you, thank you. Before getting into the panel discussion, I take on behalf of AVIT, Vinayaga Mission Research Foundation, deemed to be university, I sincerely welcome all the members for panel discussion. Mr. Wordsworth Ayadorai, sir, Ms. Anita Selvin, Mr. Jean Mesley, and Mr. Sripriya. Welcome for today's presence and to make this a wonderful session. As I was initially just addressing with you, we lack in few aspects. To be openly, we want to grow up, but we know which direction we want to move it up and what are the factors which is lead to be, or we are selecting the wrong options which is not necessary or which is outdated too. These are the practical difficulties. As an industrialist from the side, we expect this to take it to the next level, I think so I hope we can start with the decision, I think so. Before getting in the topic, I request you to have a small introduction about yourself so that our members can able to know about your profile and your experience and the expertise before we can get to the topic, sir. Please, sir.
Hey, good evening and good morning, everyone. I'm Wordsworth Ayadurai. I am CEO, founder and CEO of Salem Infotech. And Salem Infotech exists since 2002. We are in a SLE market. It's called state, local government, and education. And we are providing a different kind of software solution, infrastructure solution, SaaS solution. And we've been partnering with Salesforce and providing a lot of, and we have our own education student information system on Salesforce. And we are connected with education institutes since 2011. And personally, I've been working with the state and the state universities almost 20 years. With that experience, and also we do a lot of hiring, technical skills and other things, other people to support our organization. So we want to talk about all the challenges we have, all the opportunities there, and we're happy to connect with all of you and give our 2 cents to y'all. Thank you. Jean?
Jean, sir, kindly unmute, sir.
Thank you, sir. Kindly unmute, sir.
Okay. Can you all hear me now?
Jean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hi.
We can hear you.
Yeah. Hi. I'm Jean Mosley, CEO of Technogems. Technogems is custom software development development company. We provide software solutions for U.S. Federal government and also for commercial customers. So we've been working on the areas such as mobile and web development, artificial intelligence, and machine learning technologies. Most of our customers are from the U.S. federal customers, where we support them on their targeting and risk assessment modules. We also do some custom solutions where we develop a lot of CRM solutions and our own custom software that we sell around the marketplace. I'm happy to be on this panel and share our experience dealing with employability and then the resources. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello, my name is Anita Salvin, and I am the co-founder of Technogems Inc. and managing director of Nila Apps in India. I'm happy to part of this group, and good morning from USA, and good evening to all the people, folks in India. Sorry, we came to a vacation, and that's why we are kind of we're not wearing any suits or anything. So Nila Apps, it's in Chennai, and we develop products for that is very helpful to the community. And one of the products is Pile. That's educational learning management platform. That will be very helpful for the institutions, colleges and universities and schools for them to load their materials and manage their academy. And we are really happy to be part of this panel to help the institution. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
This is Shipra Narasimhan, and I am the president of Wordsworth Inc. Wordsworth Inc. is a leading provider of IT solutions and services to businesses across the globe. We were formed back in 2016, and since then we've had the opportunity to serve several clients in the areas of specialized application development, custom programming services, managed services, testing and integration services. And we also support both onshore and offsite teams. We hire talents across the globe, and I'm very eager to look forward to the panel today.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. So, dear participants, I hope you had just gone about this expertise and the domains which our panel members are here. So, I like to put my first question to the panel members, to which it states about the report, which says that due to lack of professional skill sets, not even half of the Indian graduates are employed, because I have the data of Indian market are employable. Reveals that 8th edition of Indian Skills Report, ISR, released last week. In 2021, only 45.9% of graduates are found employable, a decline from 46.21 in 2020 and 47.38 in 2019, the report stated. So what may be the reason for the percentage reduction in the employability skills, sir? So this is a very alarming situation. We as an institution, we provide extra provisions for the students. Apart from the coaching classes and all, we make them to prepare for the examinations. Apart from examination to the placement, how to face the industry, how to be ready, like a plug and play. But still, we find the report to be alarming that the percentage employability gets reduced for the last 2 years comparatively, where more of them has tried the new efforts and new opportunities to look it over. So I request you to kindly put words your thought process, sir. Please.
Gene, you want to take it or you want me to take it?
Sure, I can take a first stab and then It is the situation is definitely alarming as you said, and I think part of the answer is in your question itself. You mentioned that you're preparing the students for the exam. And then that is good, and then that is needed. But it also, the focus, I think, is happening too much on the exams, which is, which makes the students miss the real point. I think, if you are looking at the core reason for their education, why are they going for this education, is to, either be able to come back to the society either by working or creating jobs by just starting their own businesses. But initially the focus is too much on the education and then getting the scores, which makes them miss the point on be able to contribute to the real world projects. So some of the things that the institutions can focus on, maybe identify some real world situations and then prepare them how they would work on a real world situation. Wordsworth, do you like to add?
Yeah, I like to add a few things. So one of the things we as an employer, what we're seeing right nowadays, I mean, the last 5-10 years probably it's gradually going down. The graduates coming out of college, they are not ready to become a workforce. That's the challenge. There's a lot of opportunities, employability is available. For example, Gene or I, we can jointly go and try to hire 15 technical skilled student freshers. We go to multiple colleges. We are not even able to fulfill the 15 position. Even after we get 15 students or freshers, we need to spend somewhere to 16 to 18 months to groom them to become a workforce. The comparatively the other part of the world, Western world, our South Asian institutes need to catch up how to prepare the students to become a market-ready workforce, which starts from, I would say, start from the day one they start the college. So they start parallelly thinking what they're going to do, what is their sweet spot, how they can groom them. Even they can start some part-time work in second year, third year. There's plenty of opportunity available, and I'm sure Anita and Sri Priya will chime in for that. And on top of it, the main, like Jean mentioned, the main key things we are missing in institution. That's what we believe. So I'm sure you guys on the ground, you can chime in, or you can agree or you disagree. But what we believe, they're too much focusing on getting the degree, rather preparing themselves to what they're going to do after the degree, what they like to do, what are the opportunities there, and how to get prepared for that. That is the key thing we really need to address today. Like Babu mentioned, why the employability percentage is going down. Pretty much, we think this is the only thing we can address to bring the employability more. When we can bring it up to 80% if you do it right. So collectively, all of the participant who's supporting students, institutions, who's especially the faculties, and we all have a stake in it. As an employer, we have a stake in it. As education providers, you all have a stake in it to groom the students to be ready. That will address the employability issue. I mean, in our mind, that's what we're thinking.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Sure. Anita, Shripriya, you guys want to add anything to it?
Sure. So recently, through AVIT, we ran a career drive. We were trying to hire freshers for our companies, both Wordsworth and us, for NILABS and Salem Infotech. And we received about 5,000 resumes from institutions all over India. And to tell you honestly, we were able to select about 10 students out of that pool. And so the problem is most of them did not respond, obviously, and after the first email, and some of them, even after responding, they were not able to articulate themselves well. So the thing, we don't want to be the bad person, we don't want to be the bad cop, but truly the workforce, the strength and their level of understanding about the real world is very low. So just for computer science or IT or any other majors, or even other majors, we didn't care about the majors if they want to be automobile, and if we hire them, we can use their expertise in something. So that's one of the things that we were looking at, but none of them were able to articulate themselves about whatever they did in college. We don't ask for any expertise level skills, but they still were not able to articulate what they learned in their 4 years of college. So what we can help, what we can do as part of organizations that's located in Chennai, we can help institutions who are willing to work with us to mentor the students in their final year on how to be how to face the real life situations. So we actually hire these 10 we actually hire these students, and then we give them training for almost 9 months, 3 months as a project training, and then 6 months in an actual project. So we can do that when the students are in final year itself. So they don't need to come to our office. We have the Pile software, so we can definitely work with you in institutions and mentor your students with our team, actual developers and team leads. They can mentor them, they can help them, they can talk to them, they can have conversations with them, so that they'll be ready by the end of final year for a good for employment.
Thank you, madam. We are noted it. As to stick on to the whole, we can say that our mindset should change from the teaching fraternity. It's a long process. Actually, we are now just moved on to outcome-based education. But the hope, this outcome effectiveness, the long-term learning, lifelong learning, to get into the penetration into the market or to reach the industry, it takes some few years, I think so. So that drastic change has been started from this academic side. We hope, as Jean sir was saying, that it should be from the first year itself, the training should start, not only from third year or final year. So that's the mindset we should be having. And then a few more steps we are looking to make it from our side. And special thanks to Anita madam. She has just given an open option that we are ready to collaborate with any institutions as she was located in Chennai. So it is us to thank her to take it to the next level. Thanks for the survey report which shows that and what are the challenges faced and what are the solutions given has been taken by you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And next point which I want to which I wish to deliberate this, there was a recent report which comes from AICT, which was prepared by a team of insights, which says that India Skills Report 2021, powered by VBox. Actually, there was a famous quote, and which I was very keen, which I thought it should be taken into a significant point, like digital excellence will be the new normal. So we all come across new normal for last 1 year. We are using this word more fascinating. It's not new to us. Digital excellence is the new normal. So what do you want to mean this digital excellence? We know what is a digital skills or digital platform. We are all thinking. Excellence means that is somewhat exceptional. So we want to make it to be strike it hard to get so that we will be able to be prioritized or will be the frontline runners to grasp the opportunity. So I like you to just put a few words or thought process on it, sir.
Right, so I will take a stab at it. So it's digital excellence, actually digitalized, 100% digitalized. institution. It's still, so when I say 100% digitalization, this is how I look into it. So the student come to the class, he is not going to use notebook, paper or pencil. He's going to use his laptop, take notes. So that is the level we need to have for excellence. I'm sure it's already there. If not there, we need to get there. Okay, that's one thing. Second thing, all the communications need to happen with some kind of digital platform other than the any other, including your attendance, including your notes, including your classes, including your assignments, everything. That's why there's a lot of platforms available. Anita has a platform, and Daniel just showed a platform. So there's plenty of platforms available. So to get digitalized, one of the things I see in especially Indian institutes been around in the market, I think if I want to put something somewhere, the digital excellence or digital adaptability is a little lower, I would say it's in the faculty side of it than the student side of it. Again, I understand. Now we are a little old school. We had to catch up. The young kids, they already very digitalized. So in terms of digital excellence means you have to use digitalization full-fledged and communications. So what that gives to you, a lot of communication ability and repeatable. You don't have to, if you miss a class, you can see recorded class, you can receive. A lot of communication, close communication opportunities there, and everything is digitalized, recorded, so you can go back to any time. That's one of the things I'm looking at it. That is the huge advantage in the westernized college, US institutions. They have that kind of advantage. And like Vijender said, where Dr. Babu said, we already catching up. I mean, in a way, the pandemic helped us to get there. Okay, so it's actually forced us. But I want us to continue that and get digitalized 100%, especially in the education institute. And that will help, and that will take you, at least that will close this gap. The skill development gap and communication. This is mainly the communication between the faculties, including us, the employers and students. So we all stakeholders in the whole process. We can provide, once you are digitalized, we can provide excellent service to the students to get there. That's my opinion about digitalized excellence. Jean, Anita, Sripriya.
Sure, I think you correctly said, Wordsworth. Yes, it is. Everything needs to be digitalized. One point I would like to add is why, right? So why do we need to be digitalized? Yes, we want to continuously track everything, so the students are, what they're doing, so that from day one, we have some understanding of where they are at, and then how well they are progressing. When you have it in the paper system right now, one, it is impossible to track. And then once you have everything in a digitalized manner, you can use that data to analyze various things, such as what methods are working. An approach works in one part of the world may not work in another part of the world. So but then you need to have the data so that you can actually change. Otherwise, we'll be always chasing our tails. We try this, and then somebody else says something else, and then you try that, and then we keep moving from one to the other. So you start capturing the data from day one. How often they are taking the test, what are the scores they are making, what areas, how often the instructors are giving the quiz, how often they are evaluating. Are we evaluating only once in a quarter or once in a semester? It may not reflect what the actual student's capability is. So if you have a continuous monitoring system, and then it is digitalized, you have all the data, and you can make changes to your policy, you can adapt to the system, and then you also have the tools to show the potential employers and even higher education institutions to say, okay, now, so this is how a student is, as opposed to saying, this is their GRE test score, or this is our final score. So that actually helps them with the skills development also.
I want to add a point here.
Yeah.
So on top of what Jean said, right, once everything is digitized, I'm going to talk with respect to the institution. Where do my students stand today? Okay, where does my institution compare to other institutions? Where does my faculties, the teaching skills stand? So everything at the end of the day, it is what the teachers, the quality of teachers, the faculties that you have, that's represented by your students, right? So it's not only just rating the students, but it's also comparing your institution amongst others and where you can improve yourself. It's basically a checklight for an institution to say, okay, I need to add more resources or more technology in this department versus, how come one section works better than the other section? So it's similar kind of kids, similar kind of faculties with similar degrees, but how come one is producing more results than the others? So once you're digitized, you can not only, you can compare yourself across the globe where you stand and take necessary steps.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. So, adding the point about digital excellence, we come across the factors which is very need of the hour. We should able to adapt about it. So, we take up the key significant supporting points which is advised by us to the academic institution. And next, I want to move it on to the skills factor. We all know that knowledge, skills, attitude, KSA. We just talk about KSA is a very significant factor in it. So what will be the significant skills in current scenario in 2021 and beyond 2021? What are the skills needed to the current students to get it to be employable, to have a successful employable ratio? So there are various skills have been discussed and narrated, top 8 skills, top 10, top 5 and all. So which skills seems to be very priority for yourself as an industry perspective, as an expectation from the institution? So I wish you to just throw lights on those things, sir, please.
I can take a first stab. Again, I think so. The skill sets of today may not be the skill set that's required tomorrow. So if you're focusing on the skill sets that's needed today, I think we're already behind. But I think one key aspect I like to follow is not what when we say skill sets, people talk about, okay, so the current technologies or the programming. Oh, so Java, you do the Bootstrap, Angular. They talk about the specific products or specific programming languages that are needed. That is, yes, that's what as an employer's side, that's what we will be looking for. But the core aspect is, even if they did not know the current, what's popular today, they need to have an understanding of how that concept works, how the programming language works. So if somebody can program it in Java and then we give them another language, they can program it on another language, as long as they understand what the program is doing or how the operating system is working, right? So I think, so that core concept is they need to understand the fundamentals. Without the fundamental understanding of anything, they won't be. But in terms of what's coming up for the future, definitely artificial intelligence and machine learning skills are needed. So I think if I'm currently in college, if I would be looking at those things. Again, I think, you should be focused on the core understanding of that and take practical examples of those things. And then the students ought to be able to demonstrate their experience, their knowledge, expertise on that thing. They can take, there are so many practical examples they can focus on, where they take either something that they come up on their own, or they can work with an industry, identify a project, not on their 7th semester or the final year, go and get a project and then do it. Work on it from the concept itself. So from like as Wordsworth said, like from day one of their college, pick a theme and work on a concept, if they are able to work on a full, if they wanted to be in a software field, if they are able to work on a full end-to-end cycle of a software, I think irrespective of what technology, when they graduate out, there is a new programming language comes up, they will be able to easily pick it up. So I don't have a direct answer to your question in terms of what skills are needed. I think I rather have them focus on how they learn that thing. I think the focus on learning how to learn a new skill is more important than actual skill set.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, yeah, also they should have more troubleshooting skills and doing more research on themselves. I know.
Innovation, am I right, madam? Innovation,
Yeah,
critical thinking.
yeah, critical thinking, and they should have a tendency to do their own research. It doesn't have to be a big goal, like I'm going to invent something, but it's just that simple problems, everyday problems, they should be able to think through it and find out solutions and so forth.
So I think one of the other thing I know the skills is like Gene said, skills not just learning the technology, and in my mind, skills to how to apply when you get into real time, how to apply your skills, apply your technology ability to a real time problems and address the problems and provide a solution. That is the skills. So when you know the fundamentals, language is still it's a tool like Java or anything else. It's a tool, but how you are applying to the problems. So how you're providing the solution. That is, in my mind, that is what missing from this. A lot of kids they can able to learn the language or programming, technical language, even in other faculty, in other areas, for example, medical coding, medical everything, they can learn it, but how to apply, that is the skill we need to groom them. So for that, I like yesterday I mentioned a little bit. Today I'm going to mention this something called I call it 3M process. So mentoring is the one that needs to start from the day one. That's mainly the mentoring needs to come from the faculties. Hey, what do you want to do? What is your interest? So that way they can pick up their interesting and with the guidance of faculties. Or you can engage the seniors, or I can engage alumni. Even we are happy to part of that to help the kids to engage them into a particular their own interest area within the technology or within their department, whatever they want to do it. That's mentoring area. So, and also providing monitoring them, how they are growing. We put together a plan and monitor them. First year they do this, second year they do this to groom their skills in particular area. When I say skills, not just technology. Like Anita said, how to articulate them, how to present themselves into the workforce. Those are things we can groom them in the part of skills in the mentoring area. Then second M is monitoring. Third M is measuring. So every year you measure them, and like Priya said, they can compare how they are globally, where they stand in their particular chosen area. Or within your schools last year, how many people did what, and all the kind of measuring, analytical measurement that gives you where you are. This 3M will help you to groom the students to get to the even within before they finish the college, they will be ready to be a workforce. And other thing I wanted, there's a lot of skills that's going to stay long, like anybody is doing DevOps. I'm going to go into technology area that specifically they can focus, and SaaS platform, any program and Salesforce platform, understanding like Salesforce, we provide Salesforce Commerce Cloud. Those are the area the students can get educated as part of the skills development. And we offer a center of excellence to all the universities to we are planning, and with the Labs and the QualSoft, we collectively can give a center of excellence opportunities for research and development, and how to build their skills to apply in real world. Those kind of things we'll offer, and I encourage all the institute to reach out to us, and also we can bring a lot of other leading partners to support the center of excellence opportunity to improve the skills And that will give you avenue to understand what is coming next. All those things we can bring into the institutes.
Big thanks to you, sir. My question was next to be, how are you going to support us in reaching the skills? Are you going to support us in recruitment or planning, or at last Center of Excellence, where we are now focusing more on innovation, incubation, research, consultancy? These are the very significant factors, like every institution, autonomous institution, university are looking for it to move up in the with respect to Indian ATAL ranking, ARIA ranking, or with respect to world QS ranking. So these are the very critical factors. Special thanks to Wordsworth sir for expanding your arms to bear us for existing tying up for Center of Excellence. So we will be getting more questions regarding to it, sir. Actually, thank you. And that's been next questions too. My next question was somewhat tricky. So in the last 5 years, the trend shows that for last 5 years, like BFSI, banking, financial service, and with the BPO, KPO, ITES, and healthcare. These are the various sectors are hiring the employees. This is generally more amount of percentage had been hired. And in current pandemic situation, we have seen some challenges with the recruitment, or they just hold the recruitment, or the integrating workplace culture. That's all getting changes. So whether this the sectors is going to expand, or the same sectors going to be a major role players for bulk recruitments. And second thing, is the pandemic situation is going to stop the recruitment, or having a hurdle, or it is having opportunity to come back very fastly, or is there any positive rate development in it? So this is the very tricky question, meshy question, putting all of us, like for a many placement training officers, directors are in this panel now. So they have put some questions regarding to that. So how the futuristic demand sector, how the recruitment is going to that, and what are this assistance you are going to help with us? If there is any opportunity to tie up with you, or for the establishment of an MOU signing, or setting up of laboratories or COE like Center of Excellence. So how it is going to be going to next change level, sir? Please, sir.
So, Jane, I will start this one. Okay. So I think we've been, as a entrepreneur CEOs, we were having a challenge. And to answer your first question, so after, the pandemic made a lot of slowdown, a lot of damages to every area. Once the pandemic, so it gets better, and already we are seeing that in the US. So all the world, the opportunity is going to be huge. There's a number of, so we are anticipating workforce requirement will going to 3 to 4 times more than what we are looking right now. That's the anticipation, at least from my mind. But with that said, how much we are prepared for that? That area we really, I think we're still in the same spot. We are not ready after the pandemic. How the requirements going to be huge? How the workforce is ready? That's a big question. To answer that, I think we all are interested to spend time and money with the institutions to prepare the kids. And I think as long as the institutions are the institutions are also key to preparing the kids, and we are happy to support that. So to answer your second question, we can have a Center of Excellence. We can have a skill training, and we are all even ready to put some time and money to work with you guys and preparing students to the ready for the new opportunities coming in all areas. You mentioned all the areas that are opportunities going to be there. We are going to look for the skills and look for the resources. So I think I think I understood your two questions. If I missed anything, maybe Jean or Anita or Priya can give some more skin on this game. Jean?
Yeah, I think you addressed it. Definitely, the pandemic has not stopped us from hiring. So this is our example, and then the other fellow CEOs and business owners that I talked to, they have also indicated their hiring has increased, especially on the IT field. I think that's a general trend. We can assume that the pandemic has actually increased the hiring. It definitely had made us more challenging, and then the process we all have to adapt. We had to adjust. So we have made those adjustments to do a lot of the hiring online. The recruitment process we have shifted primarily to an online process, but the core need hasn't changed. So we identifying the right candidates, how we're actually coaching them and preparing them. That hasn't changed. So so a lot of things that we can definitely work with in terms of preparing them for that. Some people, when we are actually working on with them for a video interview or something, they may not have the right connectivity. We want to give them a practical assignment, and they may not have the right infrastructure. I think that's where the institutions can help them, maybe providing them an opportunity to come into a place where they can actually do the assessment, where they have access to computers, where they can do some practical assignments and all that thing. So the participation, we are, as Anita mentioned a little while ago, we are very much interested in, because it's not only an institution's problem, it's a problem for us also as an industry. If we are not able to find the right candidates, we will not be able to continue to improve our business. And we rather have the candidates be trained and then ready to do the real work than spending the first year we coaching them. So if they can utilize that 4 years, so we can give them practical assignments, we can help them on those aspects, identify projects where they can work on, identify skill sets where specifically based on their interest, if they come up with a problem, and then we can help them. And then there are a lot of alumni are willing to help. There are a lot of alumni who wants to give back to the community, give back to the colleges. I know a lot of friends that actually have made attempts to talk to the institutions, try to make connections with the students, and then try to help in any way they can, right? So you have, you could create a system where every student has a mentor from the industry. So that's possible. So I think, so we can facilitate some of those things from as an industry, and also as alumni of these institutions. We can definitely help on those things, and then those are opportunities available. And of course, the Center of Excellence is a good concept that actually makes it a little bit more formal relationship between the industry and the educational institutions.
I would like to add to it a little bit. So you, as you brought a good point about MOU and working with the other external institutions apart from your own university or college. So the thing is, you have expertise in teaching. You have expertise in giving educations to the students. But as a technology company, we worked in technologies, and we worked in we know that current trend, and we know the technology perspective. I know you have an IT department, and you have professors and doctorates who are expertise in that academia level. But what I'm trying to say is we can bring expertise from a corporate perspective to give you the tools that you need to bring your institution to the next level. So we can give you analytic tools. We can so we could be a technology partner for your institution, so that your institution can be competitive and can work with the students easily, and they can they can give the education that the students needed. So we don't want to be a competition, but we just wanted to complement whatever you're doing. We will be happy to work with you to bring the expertise that you definitely need, because we are the front runners from the technology perspective, and we can definitely work in that perspective. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Yes, madam.
Can I add to this?
Yes, madam. You are welcome.
Yeah, so I'm going to take a step aside, and I know Wordsworth, Anita, and Jean spoke IT related. I have a very close working relationship with both the World Bank and the International Monetary Funds. So I want to let you know that there are so many opportunities for students with economics, statistics, math, business administration. Okay, it's just not IT. So it's how we have programs like internship programs and research assistant programs, which are very popular, and we hire across the world for these kind of programs. Okay, so I strongly believe that we produce the best talents, like India produces the best talents. But is there awareness of such programs across the world? I'm not very sure. So if I go and question a student, of economics or statistics, they're not even aware. Most of them are not aware of what's next outside of India. So I really think we also need to concentrate on, it's like building a bridge between the talent pool and the opportunities across the world, which is not just IT, even non-IT. So it's that tagline that says, if you're IT, you can go outside of the world, should change. Everybody has an opportunity. It's basically, I really think it's the awareness. Okay, the trend of just IT and IT should go away. But so even though I say it's statistics or economics, we are presented with world opportunities or real world facing problems. Okay, and how you use IT to solve most of it. So it's a mix of both. So there are kids who are interested in other topics, right? And just not pure developer roles. For such students, I really think we should bring that awareness to them. And I'm happy if anybody has any questions for, to connect with the World Bank or the International Monetary Fund or any other large institution here. I can help them and I can give them information on what's available for them. Right, so at least they can start planning ahead. It's just making them aware of all the opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita madam. As there was a collection of answers from various sectors, first key takeaway, I should thank Sripriya madam to just say that IT is the only not the sector, as engineering is the only job provider. There are more opportunities are available. We are having a narrow down approach where we are not seeing this 360-degree approach. So as she has rendered hands to look it over for support, thank you. Special thanks to you, madam, because there was various questions like history, literature, architecture, not only engineering sector. What are other opportunities for enhancing their skills? So before asking to the next question, your answer was able to support me for next question. So I have been struggling to put my next question now, madam. So thank you to the panel members. I have the last final question, sir, before winding up session. So as we are discussing about the percentage decline, the top-rated skills needed, the digital revolution, digital excellence, and we are discussing about various factors. And basically now the skills in the demand, as you are talking, just we are discussed about the different soft skills like problem solving, communication, like analytical and critical thinking. Then the trending new skills. So we more on data analytics. Now we have some more opportunities, like madam was saying about the statistics, AI, natural language processing. And if you're looking at any language parts, it's about Python programming or neural networks or supply chain, blockchain analytics. So what will be the next step? The technology is going to be focused forward in 2025 or 2030. So what will be the new opportunities to be the expectations will be there? And I expect you to look at also the internships available now, because many students, much students or institutions are looking for opportunities for internships now. So this pandemic has created more amount of internship. Even in Government of India, Internshala has created much opportunity for the students to. So I request you to throw a light on these areas. I hope this will be the last question to this panel members. I think so. Please.
Priya, you want to take the internship part of it? I think you mentioned it again.
Yeah. I think
Okay,
I
so
mentioned it, right? So, yeah, there are several internship programs. They are put through rigorous 10, 12 weeks course, okay? And they are presented with world-class challenges. It's not about solving, it's your approach. It's basically to see how you think through, so by also doing this internship, you build a network, right? You build new contacts. And you really don't know where it's going to take you to the next level, right? So they try to improve. These internship programs basically improve your qualitative, quantitative, analytical skills, data science, as you said, because everything at the end of the day today is data. Everything revolves around data. So we can help, we can work with any institution in India, and we can also look at training programs. And I really think these internships should start from the first year or at max second year of college. Because I myself, when I did my engineering degree, my internship was last 6 months. And I can tell you it didn't help me to face the real world. Okay, but that was back then. Now kids are so smart, even kids from school try to solve so many problems. So I think it's a matter of giving that internship program, building it at the second year, at which they know, at the second year, they pick their line of study, right? Either it's mechanical or ECE or communication. They exactly know where they're going to go next. So these internship programs should really start at the second year, and we can work with any institution that's, or give more information if they want.
yeah, I think one of the other, I think this is probably the question I'm going to ask back to you guys, Babu and Lakshmi Mogan. So, as a placement cell, you guys doing anything like internship level in second year or third year? If that's already there, we need to improve that. If not there, we need to start that. Actually, it should be your number one thing in your placement grooming, because the internship is the area where not only the technical skills, contacts, whatever the Priya said, add on to that, the confidence. That's one of the things. That is what that is the thing is missing. That's what Anita mentioned in the. So we picked 5,000 resumes, and at least 70% of students didn't just submitted the resume. They didn't even, when we reached out, they didn't even respond. So that's clear indication that they are not confident enough. Okay, so that confidence they will get when they do the internship, and also other soft skill developments. That's something we need to mentor, we need to support them, and that will give they will be really ready by the time. That is the difference I'm seeing here. A high school student will go for internship. 10th grade, 11th grade, they go for internship. Then they know how to handle the workspace, how to handle the other soft skills they develop, which will help them to become full force workforce at the end of their career, end of their academic. So they will be ready in day one when they get into the work as a talent pool and workforce. So that's, and again, like Sri Priya mentioned, there's a lot of international opportunities. They can do internship. Even right now, it's all remote and global. They can get internship all over the world. That will help them to groom, and that opportunity as part of Center of Excellency and other things we can bring into institutes. Jean and Anita.
Yeah, I'd like to add one quick comment about that internship. I know when we talk to potential candidates, they all have internship. They have all done it mainly as a checkbox. Yes, I have done 2 weeks internship here, 3 weeks internship program here. That may not be helpful. I think, it has to be I think, as institutions, you probably can, I do not know how much leverage you have, but that has to be a long process. It almost has to be like a part of their curriculum. You identify what areas that they want to work on and match them with a potential company who has some work to do, and then they can work on it for 6 months to a year at least, because their primary responsibility is still education. They still need to study. This will be an equivalent to a part-time job that they're working on. So if you focus on an internship that actually with a longer duration, that'll help. That'll also help them to build the confidence, and then that'll also tell the employer that this person has some dedication. So he's not just went there for 2 weeks, just roaming around the place and came back. So they know, okay, they can stick with the place for a year. Then that also tells the potential employers about their character.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Really, it was a wonderful session. Very significant takeaways. As I can summarize, engineering is only not the job, or IT sector is not only the opportunity. Opportunities are 360-degree. Wordsworth sir was saying about the 3M, monitoring, mentoring, and measurement. So it's a very key factors, and the support rendered by you for establishment of center of excellence or tying up, or the students management services, and the thought process to be changed from the first year, not only in the final year, for training, the skill gaps reductions, and all those things, whatnot. So as we needed excellent industry support, you as an industry, as a senior CEOs and founders are putting our help hands to lift this education sector to the next level. Sincere thanks on behalf of AVIT VMRF and all the educationalists for making this and panel discussion and wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I hope we can take a one question, I think so. Professor Ramasamy, Vice Chancellor, is waiting. I hope we can take a single question, then we can wind up the session. Professor Vanita?
Yes, sir. Sir, very happy to hear all the discussions happen. And the other ultimate thing of this panel discussion is that other than the front end over voice discussion, there is a text discussion which is also happening over chat, even with the panel members and also among the participants. So it is really a great positive thought to look forward. And there is a Q&A session, question posted here. The question is how this group can help the educational institutions in Africa where they are looking for low-cost technology of virtual teaching. Any guidance? So this is a question which is being posed regarding to the virtual teaching.
I think there are a couple of options. I think we all have a platform that to provide, and also we can engage if they're looking for a course material content that can be facilitated if they reach out to Anita or myself. And there are plenty of opportunities, plenty of grants, plenty of other opportunities that we can bring into it once we understand the need more closely. And collectively, we will be able to support that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. It was really great listening to the discussion, sir. Thanks a lot. Sir, shall we move forward, sir?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
So with this note, as a token of respect, we would like to share the appreciations to all the panel members. So in this regard, now I will invite Lakshmi Mohan sir to do the honors.
Lakshmi Mohan sir.
So, honors for Wordsworth Ayadure sir. Lakshmi Mohan sir.
Lakshmi Mohan sir, are you there, sir? Okay, sir. As a token of our love and affection to Wordsworth Ayadurai, honoring the panel member, which has made us to be lively on skills and employability global challenge. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your presence and making this to be successful. Thank you, Wordsworth Ayadurai, sir.
Thank you for the summit of giving opportunity to me and my team members.
Babu sir, kindly do the honors for the rest of the eminent speakers as well, sir.
Yes, madam. Check it up with Lakshmi sir. I think he's joined. Lakshmi sir? Yes, sir. Sir, Jean Mosley sir, thanks for your presence and thanks for your wonderful interaction, sir, for making the sessions to be very active. And I can see that, as Vanita was saying, that the participants' answers to another participants, the panel members answering to the participant, there is positivity spreading all the way. So that's the successful about this World Education Summit 2021 beyond pandemic. We see that beyond pandemic, everything should be in a positive domain. I think so, not pandemic or pandemic. It is only in a positive growth, which I think to be on the thing, sir. Thank you, Jean Mosley, sir, to making this a vibrant session. Thank you.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.
Thank you, Anita Salvin, madam, for your rendering hands from Nila apps for an Indian market or for African, wherever you are. So we thanks you for the support and for a valuable point which was taken from your side. Thank you, madam, for your presence to make this session a very grand success. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, madam. Thanks, Priya, madam, where you had shown us a very significant point from banking sector, where there's a very huge demand over worldwide. We can see that very huge demand worldwide, and it was rendered hard with respect to internship and World Bank projects. It's not an opportunity to get it at anywhere. So this platform was created open to all the education sectors, to all the members who are present here to utilize this, and we hope we will be disturbing more, I think so, for the betterment of society and institution, I think so. Thank you, madam, for your presence and all the panel members to make it as a vibrant and positivity. Thank you all. Lakshmi Mohan, sir. Yes, sir.
So please share a few words, sir. Lakshmi Mohan, sir. So you're muted, I think, sir. Kindly unmute, sir.
Sir, Lakshmi, sir, kindly unmute.
So, meantime, as sir joins, we will have a quick photo session. So I request all the dignitaries and the participants to turn on your video for a quick photo session.
I sincerely welcome our next panel member for the session today. So thanks for a patient listening, sir. Dr. Professor Ramasamy, Vice Chancellor, OPJS University, has joined us, expert committee member of UGC Government of India. Welcome, Ramasamy, sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Dear participants, kindly switch on your video for a group photo session.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all for your time. Thank you all for your wonderful thoughts.
Lakshmi Mohan, sir.
Shall we go forward, sir?
Yes, madam. I think sir is facing network issues, I think so.
Maybe, sir. Hopefully, sir will be joining back. So now we are heading towards the session for the day. It's my privilege and I'm profusely elated to take an opportunity to introduce our today's guest of honor, Dr. Professor B. Ramasamy, sir, Vice Chancellor, OPJS, University, Rajasthan, and expert committee member, UGC, Government of India. We are so great to have you here, sir. Sir has... Yeah, His Excellency, he's a member committee for Atal Ranking Institutions and Innovation Achievements area for non-technical institutions, Ministry of Education and AICTE Innovation Cell, Government of India, Chairman at Standing Appellate Committee and Standing Hearing Committee, SHC, Approval Bureau, AICTE, Government of India. Sir is a national known educator, author, advisor, legal expert, and motivational speaker. Sir is an adjunct professor of the State University of New York, the largest university in US. So sir is also an expert committee member in UGC, and in adding laurels to sir's profile, associate member, National Low Adult Court of Delhi, legal resource person for Delhi Legal Service Authority, chair for South India, Tamil Nadu, Andaman, Puducherry, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Karnataka, Indian National Bar Council Association, representative for neutral aggregated member at the national and international level as mediator, arbitrator, negotiator, and life member of Indian Law Institute, Supreme Court of India, New Delhi, life member of the Indian Society of International Law, Supreme Court of India, New Delhi, life member of the Mediation and Conciliation Network and Federation of Internet Conflict Management, life member of International Law Association, Peace and Justice Through Law, life member of Society of Construction of Law, life member of the Mediation and Conciliation Network. Sir has also obtained an Honorary Doctorate from Cosmopolitan University, USA, and Inter-American University of Humanities Science, Florida, US, in the field of social science. Sir was also awarded a honorary doctorate on humanities in Absolute International University, affiliated with and accredited by International Institute of Church Management, Florida. Recently, sir has been awarded as Development Economics from International Economics University, Maldives, Doctor of Letters, California Public University, Northern Mariana Island, USA, for higher education. We are so pleasure and great to have you, sir, on this occasion. The session is yours.
Thank you so much, Ms. Vanitha, ma'am. And also very thankful to Professor Dr. Vijendra Babu. It's really wonderful submit. I was almost listening for 30 minutes. Truly, it is a World Education Summit. In fact, education must have a strong link with two major important sectors. Number one, academia versus industry. Number two, academia versus government. If these two institutions and organizations join together, we can make India proud to the world profound level. I'm extremely happy that in the World Education Summit that you have been discussing about the role of industry along with very important area called skill. This is really amazing. There is a continuity of last panel discussion with my today's talk. It's like a thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. Amazing to bring such chronology in our discussion. Thankful to Professor Dr. Vijendra Babuji, who has been responsible for me to be part of this finest summit. My topic today is very interesting, exclamatory, that is skill and scale. So far, I've been listening about the skill, but I must talk about the scale. In fact, since independence, we have been giving importance to the importance of skill, but we never re-emphasized Anu Kokari as compared to from 2014 onwards. More particularly, the scaling of skill, which is untapped in the rural India, particularly on the skilling of rural India, never been tapped. Only from 2014, the policy of Skill India had been so much emphasized on skill for children, skill for women, skill for rural India. Therefore, there's a very strong affinity towards skill and scale. In fact, India is being the emerging economy, though before the COVID it was 7th largest economy, but now it's becoming one of the emerging economies of the world, because huge effect and impact had brought by COVID. Therefore, we couldn't compete globally because all the global economic system had been affected because of the COVID. Yet, COVID also had given a very good opportunities. Countries like India, developing countries, including developed countries. COVID had brought answer to unanswered skill, unanswered questions to scale our capabilities, to enrich our capabilities, to enhance our capabilities. That is called scale. When we sharpening our skill, the skill must be part of the present context as well as the future context. Why do you look at the present context as well as the future context? Because around 55% of India's population is below 25 years of age. And the average age is 29. which is lesser in comparison to many developed countries. So around 62% of the population in the working age group, say 15 to 59. So there is increasing trend that India has become youngest population. It's a blessing, greatest blessing. In that blessing, we must sharpen our skill. We must enhance our skill. We must update our skill. We must upscale our skill. That is the input of Government of India since 2014. All these education institutions, including UGC, AICT, NCTE, all higher education institutions, including schooling institutions, are working towards how to scale, skill, upscale, upgrade capabilities of the students. So the demographic dividend is a blessing, provided we are able to enhance our skill, upgrade our skill based on the present context, based on the present market. I like to quote Honorable Prime Minister of India, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. I had mentioned in August 15, 2014 that if I get an opportunity, I want to sharpen 1.16 billion population, where I would make 1 billion population as a part of developing human capital. That was the striking force by the Prime Minister under the New Skill India force. Sharpened in terms of policy making, policy formulation. Till today, we are moving towards all the higher education institutions, moving towards sharpening our skill. It was first time in India, we are scaling ourselves, particularly on two lines. Number one, school level. Number two, non-technical institution level. Dr. Vijendra Babu was too much mentioning when one of the ma'am was emphasizing that non-engineering, also non-technology students also can enhance their capabilities and skills, where Dr. Vijendra Babu was too much emphasizing on that particular note. True, in modern context, it is being emphasized by the skill policy by the Government of India that non-technical institutions also can go for upgrading, upskilling, and scaling. This is the context in which Government of India is working on ARIA for non-technical institutions. ARIA had been established by the Government of India only for technical institutions. But for the last 2 years, Government of India is emphasizing on non-technical institutions such as commerce, management, sociology, anthropology, psychology, political science, public administration, and so on, in which non-technical institutions can have skill, scale, startup, stand up, make in India, and so on. I want to give some few examples. When I was posted as a pro vice chancellor in Shimla University in Himachal Pradesh, where I have developed among our students, with the help of our faculty members, more than 1 lakh employment opportunities for non-technical institution students. First time, this scheme was attracted. It has been enhanced to almost many universities in India. I was asked by the Honorable Prime Minister to come to Delhi to give advice on Skill India. How did we do that? I have called Dean Academics, Dean Research, to work on those social science departments. Particularly, I have taken sample of commerce students. The commerce students, I have asked them to take up the IT, income tax. All the commerce students, BCom students, accountant students should take up the IT sector, IT filing for the entire people of Shimla. I linked with the district collector. I linked with the commercial tax commissioner. And I have told them to use our BCom students, use our accountant students, use our commerce students, use our management students. So almost 1 lakh students, we have given them employment opportunities. Is example of non-technical institutions can develop startup, can develop scale India, upscale India, and so on. Is an example. Similar example when I was posted in Indore, in Madhya Pradesh. We started in SME sector, MSME sector, small scale level shops within service. And then we sharpen skill of our students towards nearby shops, nearby small sectors, nearby agro sector, nearby food sector. So whatever the demand of the industry, we started to sharpen the skill for the students. And the industry demanded from us, and we gave the supply, we gave the skill supply. And imagine that more than 85,000 students, we made them to be part of employability. This is an example, which means you upgrade a skill and scale it up as per the demand of the industry. Is an example. So skill is necessary, essential. You upgrade, you upscale, and then you scale it towards market situation and the demand of the market. This is the context in which I will to discuss my today's discussions, particularly on multiple areas, multi-sector areas, including rural India. So need for skill is very vast in the rural India, untapped. Honorable then President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, had been emphasizing when Atal Bihari Vajpayee was the Prime Minister. Since then, he has been raising the voice that untapped source is available in rural India. We must tap them. We must bring them to the workforce and scale them towards global market, and which has been identified today since 2014 by Honorable Prime Minister under Skill India. Even the new education policy is talking about how to tap the rural education, rural skilling, and developing rural development towards enhancing their capabilities, including SME, MSME, MME, and so on, including agro sector, farm sector, and so on. So 70% of India's population, they belong to rural India. And 70% of India's rural population is unskilled, not completely, at least to be skilled. And imagine 70% of India's population skilled means we can tap the untapped resource in terms of building human capital in the rural India. This is the climax in which we should understand the enhancing rural economy, primarily based on agro sector, primarily based on primary sector. The primary sector of agro sector contributes 16% of India's growth of GDP. And if 16% of India's growth of GDP is contributed by the 70% of population, means if we improve their skill, imagine the GDP contribution. Now, this is the context in which we should understand skill, how to scale it. How to scale it in terms of vocational education, in terms of soft skill education, in terms of lucrative education, in terms of sharpening farming sector skill, rural youth skill, and so on. Now, this is what ARIA works on. ARIA works on non-technical institutions, the rural India, urban India, semi-rural India, and so on. There's one important aspect which Government of India is working for last 3 years, including Ministry of Education, where I'm fortunate to be part of that sector, is a CSR in the skilling India. Role of CSR in skilling India. So huge potential economic sources available in CSR, and how to tap the CSR economic resources to upscale skill in rural India. Upscale skill to scale to the rural women, agro industry, farming industry, and so on. So therefore, we must enhance the skill ecosystem. To enhance skill ecosystem, CSR can play immense potential role strategically. This is what the Government of India is emphasizing too much since independence. Now, another important aspect which we must look at the scale in India at this point of time is the how do we bring these smart villages? Smart villages are the drivers of inclusive growth. If you look at the new education policy, we are looking at not only smart India, not only smart cities, we are also looking at the smart villages, giving back to villages. Honorable Prime Minister talking about. One of the speakers half an hour before said that how do we enhance alumni playing the role of skill development? Exactly. I'm doing as alumni member of Loyola College. I'm contributing Skill India for my Loyola College students in Chennai, as I've been alumni member. So we have a chapters of USA chapter, India chapter, Asia chapter, and so on. All the chapters are contributing their skill to the alumni members. That's what one of the panel members very beautifully said, that role of alumni in Skill India, role of alumni in linking education with industry. So smart villages can be the drivers of inclusive growth. Not only smart cities, smart villages can play a very important role, effective role, creating a strong, sustainable, self-reliant role. That is called scale. That is called development of scale. That is extremely important. Good cases of smart villages could be an example. Another important scale that we can think of is the entrepreneurships, rural entrepreneurships, agro entrepreneurships, SME entrepreneurships, MSC entrepreneurships, small scale entrepreneurships, large scale entrepreneurships, women entrepreneurships. We are first time in India. We are bringing entrepreneurship. We are bringing innovation. Atal is a good example. It started with the American school system. Only after 2014, Honorable Prime Minister has started giving more than 3,000 crores for attracting labs for the school students, making innovations. Again, Dr. Vijayendra Babu was mentioning about importance of innovation. Importance of innovation is extremely important in scaling. Either it's a soft skills, any skills for that matter. Innovation is extremely important. If you want to develop rural development, urban development, semi-rural development, women development, or farmer development, agro development, what is important is the innovation. Innovation, education, innovation, industry, innovation, skill is extremely crucial. For that, I would like to look at the 10 major important areas the new education policy talks about: skill and scale. That is very crucial. We have a very excellent roadmap under new education policy. How to skill, how to scale. So the first important aspect which new education policy talks about, how do we link education with skill, industry. So developing skill in link with industry. So we must sharpen skill as per the demand of the industry. Not simply skilling only. Our skill must be linked with the industry demand, local demand, national demand, international demand. That's very, very crucial. As a development economist, I always emphasize in my articles, in my writings, as well as my lectures, including government inputs in policy. I always say that we must have capital which must be sold in the global market as per the demand. As per the demand. That's very important. This is what Honorable Prime Minister had been emphasizing, that if I have 1 billion human capital, I can rule the world. I can rule the global society. I can rule the global market. Why? Because 1.5 billion means is a human capital, human source, human skill. The second aspect which new education policy talks about on skill and scale is interdisciplinary approach. It is also very important for skill. Interdisciplinary approach. Well, I'm listening to Dr. Vijayendra Babuji, and he has been using multi-discipline words. I've been listening other important professors who are speaking. They're using multi-discipline words, multi-discipline concepts. They're not looking at one single particular discipline concept. So we need to sharpen our global. How do we develop interdisciplinary approach? Third aspect is that new education policy does not teach how to get job. It teaches how to create jobs. How to create jobs. Job creators, not job seekers. Entrepreneurship skills. And the fourth aspect is the research and development. Research and development is extremely important for scale. So research and development should be commercial based, not cost based, commercial based, application based, social problem based, solution based, troubleshooting based. That is again skill with scale, not producing PhD, not applying PhD. No, every PhD must give solution to the problems. It doesn't matter which subject it may be. As a social science, non-social science, or home science, or natural science, or engineering science, any science for that matter. And the fifth aspect is the great qualification at the college level. Great qualification college level means the moment you graduated, you are a skilled graduate individual. Education policy talks about a skilled graduate individual. A skilled graduate individual is actually ready for industry, ready for government. That's very important. And the sixth is the innovation, creativity. There is innovation, there is creativity, there is solutions. So institutions, education institutions are becoming problem-solving institutions. Problem-solving institutions. That is very, very important. And the seventh point, that new education policy through Skill India creates knowledge society. Knowledge society. Knowledge for skill, knowledge for application, knowledge for development, knowledge for progress, not knowledge for qualification, knowledge for education, knowledge for application. That is important. The new education policy talks about scale, skill in terms of application of knowledge, analytical knowledge, problem-solving knowledge, communication knowledge, artificial intelligence knowledge, fourth industrial revolution based knowledge, a knowledge which brings solution to the problems, not knowledge in terms of qualifications. Qualifications is just a license, but knowledge society brings applications, analysis, creativity, problem solving, a critical mind, and so on. That's very, very interesting. Look at the seventh point. The eighth point is the development of new India. The new education policy talks about new India, skill India, startup India, stand up India, make India, and world proud India. And the world proud India, that is called Scale India, not just Skill India. So therefore, new education policy in link with the Skill India scales up to the global level. That there's a new India which is emerging in terms of knowledge society, creative society, innovative society, and so on. And the ninth point, again, Professor Babu was mentioning, I entered online that incubation. Yes, it is. Incubation is extremely important. Incubation is extremely crucial. If you really want to make our education institution as an institution of entrepreneurship, as an institution of skill, as an institution of knowledge, as an institution of application, incubation is extremely important, extremely crucial. And the 10th point, which is very essential in terms of skill and scale, is the producing for local market, national market, global market. Then as a dream always emphasized by Honorable Prime Minister that I have 1 billion population, 1 billion human capital, 1 billion human capital would rule the world, that I supply to the global market of the demand of the skill. This is what the skill scale we should look at. Here, the education institution must play a role. The education institution must play a role. The school institution must play a role in terms of soft skills, in terms of non-soft skills, in terms of hard skills, in terms of IT skills, in terms of knowledge skills, and so on. So all the skills we must inject from the school level. Not just producing certificates. Producing certificate is useless. This is what we have been doing since independence. Now we are injecting. How do we develop, along with the license, the skill, a confident youth of India, the confident women of India, the confident children of India, the children, the women, the rural youth, the youth of India, when they go to the market, they would stand on their own leg and bring innovations, and they would ignite their mind in terms of creating development and make our India proud to the world market. This is what the skill and scale. I hope this World Education Summit would bring this knowledge to those dissemination of information. And this is what I request all the research institutions, all the universities and colleges must start doing what Mr. Vijendra Babu and other institutions are doing in terms of dissemination of awareness of information, that skill, scale is a future of youth, India, and the global market. Thank you so much, and Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir, for the wonderful insight. It was really I'm just searching of words like how to express the thoughts. It was really to the point. It was really a striking back performance, sir. Hat trick in terms of thing. I'm not very sure about those terminologies, but it was really a great session, sir. Vibrant session, sir. Thank you, sir. Babu, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you. First of all, I should thank God for this day because luckily everything come to a single point. Actually, we approached you. You has given us skill and scale. Then we had gotten good sponsorship through Lakshmi Mohan sir. Then Wordsworth sir has been accepted our invitation. Then the panel discussion came that on skills and employability. So whole days it becomes about the skill upgradation. And sincerely thanks, sir, because of the
I request Dr. Vijay Babuji write a note of this and send to our Ministry of Education, AICT, UGC, where I can present to behalf of you.
Sure, sir. We need all your support to take it to the next level, sir. As we are saying, more number of key significant points. I had just posted in the chat box like New India, innovation, incubation, skill injection, not skill development or skill promotion. It's need of the hour, skill injection, like a vaccination. It's only point to skill injection thing. And
that's what Honorable Prime Minister say.
Yeah, all domain, global, national, and the significant point, 1 billion human capital, where India stands very strong in it. As whatever we have this domains expertise coming over it, we can upscale, we can able to attack the market with our growing of the skills. As we are having that positive mindset, sir.
Yes.
Wonderful, sir. We are be happy and thrilled over it, sir. Actually, Lakshmi Mohan, sir. Sir has a network problem. He has rejoined, I think so. Lakshmi, sir. Anita, madam, I think so. You can take some few questions if there is anything.
Yes, sir. There are many appreciations, sir.
Yes. Thank you.
Many appreciations. Stating the session was excellent, superb, great. Thanks for the effective session encouraging towards advanced skill development, technique, knowledge upgrading.
Thank you.
So there are many appreciations in the chat box posted, sir. Participants, if you have any specific questions to be answered by sir, it will be a great moment to share your thoughts so that it could be answered by sir.
Yes.
Effective and energetic session. There was a comment from one of the participants.
Thank you so much. And also, Professor, what UGC trying to do as expert committee member, when I sit with the government, I always say that the education institution must create atmosphere to our students.
Definitely.
In terms of not giving certificate, giving confidence in terms of skill development. Skill development is extremely important. The moment I go out of the college, I don't show my certificate, I show my skill. I'll give an example. I learned Hindi sitting in Tamil Nadu, Loyola College. Loyola College taught me Hindi. When I joined Delhi School of Economics, I was not having any discomfort to speak in Hindi. I would have been studied some other college. I would not learned Hindi. And I would have ran away from Delhi to Tamil Nadu. So the skill of Hindi had helped me so much, which is taught by Loyola College when I was a student. A small example. So Loyola gave me multiple skill, but one of the skills is the language skills. So when I went to Delhi School of Economics, when I went to the campus, I was able to express their own language, which is not my mother language. My mother language is Tamil language. So small skill, a very small skill, how it made huge effect on my life is an example.
Sure, sir.
Great word to hear, sir. In Tamil, we have a saying called Siru Thurumbum Palkutta Udavam. So you are completely acknowledging that state with an example, your experience, and it's really great.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. We are receiving many appreciations, sir. The chat box is overfilled with the appreciations rather than the questions. I think we can move forward to the next part of the session, sir. Shall I?
Yes, madam. Lakshmi Mohan sir has joined, madam. He has a network issue. He has got back.
1 second, sir. Let me check, sir.
Because due to Lakshmi Mohan sir connect only through RISE, we have reached Ramasamy sir, and he immediately is accepted. We troubled him more. Sir kindly accepted. He has immediately said, yes, Goji, go along, Ji, we can get it over it. And he said, I want to attend the session, then I will address at last. As I said, he was silently watching for half an hour, I think so.
It was wonderful. It was a wonderful session. It was a very good input by your panel members. They're very qualified and they were to the point. And I feel that I think it's recorded, I think.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can disseminate through you distribute and so on. You can do that.
Surely, sir. Surely, sir. Surely, sir. Surely, sir. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you for a kind words and from participants too. Yes, madam. We can move on to next session, I think.
Sir has not joined, I think, sir. Lakshmi Mohan, sir. Maybe
Okay.
some network issues.
Yes,
will
madam.
be.
Yes, madam. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So now I request Babu sir to honor Dr. Professor B. Ramaswamy sir for his valuable presence.
Sir, thanks for being as a part of our expert panel member of World Education Summit 2021 Beyond Pandemic and a vibrant session and energetic session to address all the gathering on skill and skill. We hope you to collaborate more in future and for the betterment of society and for institutions. And we thank you on behalf of AVIT, VMRF, D. Vinayaka Mission, Research Foundation, Deep University, and on behalf of all our participants for your wonderful presence, sir, and sparing your valuable time, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Before I wind up, there are two aspects you can do it. Number one,
Yes, sir.
we have a Center for Competitive Examination.
Okay,
That
sir.
you can have directly.
Okay, sir.
We are doing Center for Competitive Examination, where we are giving skill to all the students who are ready for government jobs.
Okay, sir.
We are training them to be government jobs.
Okay.
From PMO to district collector, we are giving them a training where you can have a MOU with us. Number two, for skill development, we are having direct link with the State University of New York with the National Education Foundation. So MOU. You agree. These two things about you. Thank you.
Sir, I hope these points will be very useful for all the participants, as we know that this group is not only from engineering sector or technical sector. It is a group of a combination of all domains, not only for engineering. It's an arts and culture, dentistry, management, medicine. It's various domains are mixed over it because we are all got united on the basics of World Education Summit. That's the only thing, as we are rightly taught from an eminent personality. Thank you, sir. Your key points are taken, sir. Thank you, sir. Please, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your time and thank you so much for your great thoughts conveyed, sir. Thanks a lot.
Karthikeyan, I think you can post this feedback link, I think so. We can place our videos, I think so, sponsorship videos.
Shall I play or?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
So we are again playing the sponsors video in order to accord them.
Salem Infotek. With over 18 years of experience in various cloud-enabled services, legacy, emerging tools and technology, application development services, project program management services, software maintenance services. We are happy to introduce you to our product and services. Being Salesforce official partner, we are intended to establish on-job training centers to institutions all over the globe. This OJT training program helps students to acquire jobs in top companies. In addition to that, we also ensure all students get placed through this program. We would like to spotlight Kickstart, the only CRM software you would need to meet all your requirements. It is developed in a way that institutions and industries do their work seamlessly. And we have, for instance, the top-notch hospital management software. The experience in working with bodies like American Department of Health, Mississippi Department of Human Services, Biden Medical Technologies, and many clients in healthcare industry, we have developed the best hospital management software ever. To know more, feel free to contact us and visit our website www.salem.infotech.com. We are happy to be a part of this World Education Summit 2021 Beyond Pandemic. Enjoy the conference. Stay safe, stay strong. You have taken up
Now we are playing Nila Infotech file video.
You have taken up the noble cause of educating others, but isn't it time-consuming to deal with administration? Introducing Piley, the best online learning management platform for your academy. It has never been so easy to upload course materials, assignments, schedule classes, and collect fees, leaving you to focus on creating world-class course material. Seamless integration with video calling services, as well as the option of scheduling one-on-one appointments, implies more time teaching, as well as more time interacting with your students. Schedule assignments and tests at a click, and view performance details of each student at a glance. Take your discussions online and encourage student participation. No more excuses from your students, as they'll never forget a class or an assignment again with our notifications. Let your academy be empowered with Pioneer. We are happy that you decided to attend the World Education Summit. We wish you a very successful conference and hope that you gain the tools to strive beyond the pandemic.
You all, the feedback link is being posted in the chat box. You can fill in your feedbacks. And tomorrow we are having 3 sessions. So one session will be handled by Dr. Satnam, and on the title role of emotional intelligence and mental wellness in education. And followed by that, Dr. Harikrishnan Maran on the topic of future of technology. And the third session for tomorrow will be from Dr. Kalaimodi on the topic of how to educate students for the challenges of tomorrow. So these are the sessions which have been piled up for tomorrow's session. So expecting your cooperation by turning on at 5 p.m. for tomorrow's session. So kindly post your feedback links. Anything else to add up, sir?
Yes, no, fine. We had addressed all those things, no. Thank you, all the participants. As I said, it is not only with the organizers or only the moderators. The participants, what to say? They initiated this discussion. They answered the questions of others. So it is a mutual understanding and a mutual solving. So which makes us to be more positive. We have been spreading the positivity. That's the thing which made us to act more towards organizing these programs. A special thanks to all these eminent speakers. Once again, as Professor Vanitha was saying about tomorrow's session, tomorrow we have 3 speakers, one from India, one from USA, and one from UK. So that is going to be a tight-packed session by tomorrow. Kindly do participate and gain the knowledge for better transformation to a student community and back to the institution. Thank you all. Thank you, Vanitha Madam. Thank you, Karthikeyan. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Anjali. Special thanks to Lakshmi Mohan sir, who has made this to happen with an expert speaker, Dr. Ramasamy sir from OPJS University, and all the panel members who made this session and very marvelous sessions, actually. Thank you all. Sir, due to network issues, he is not able to join back. He has shared his points and wishes to all the participants, and thanks to all the expert members too. I just convey on behalf of Professor Dr. M. Lakshmi Mohan, Head CAR.
Thank you so much, sir. And again, I have reposted the feedback link to facilitate the participants. So kindly use the link and post it. And link will be active for another 15-20 minutes. Sam, sir, sir, shall we officially close, sir?
Definitely, madam. We can officially close.
Yes, sir. Sam.